Hi everybody, thank you so much for joining me this evening. My name's Claire. I have a vision. I'm going to try another variegated base, which means I'm going to put down 3 different colours and blow it out with the hairdryer to create the base. And then I'm going to make some little flowers. I'm going to use a bloom type recipe, a bloom type technique to make some little flowers on the base. Not sure how it's going to turn out. I've got a really good plan up here. Whether I can get it on the canvas or not, I'm not sure, but I'm going to have a really good try and really enjoy the process. So let me show you the colours I've chosen for this. So here are my colours. So for the base, I'm using some of this Royal & Langnickel white. I'm also using a very, very pale version of this. So Dale Rowney purple, but I've added white, so it's a very, very pale version of this. And then also in the base, I'm going to use some Pebeo Studio Acrylic Silver. For the flowers, I'm then left with these. So the purple in its natural colour, Pebeo Studio Acrylics Gold, and then 2 Amsterdam colours, which I just think look amazing together. I've got the Permanent Blue Violet and the Venetian Rose. So the paints, all the paints I'm mixing with floetrol, and then I'm also creating some cell activator using, which is in this little pot here, using Australian floetrol and Amsterdam white. So I'll put my recipes in the video description for you. The canvas I'm using is a 40cm square canvas. I've just hammered in the big push pins into the back, and then I've just put a level on all 4 edges and in the centre of the canvas just to make sure that it's completely flat. Because Dutch pour paints, or consistency paints, are quite fluid, if it's not level, as it dries, the paint will slide slightly and totally ruin the painting. So it has to be completely level. So I have got white. In fact, let me show you this consistency. Can you see it's nice and runny? It's not leaving a trace on the surface. It's just pouring straight under the surface. Hopefully you can see that. So I've got some white. This is the pale purple colour, very, very pale version. It was just a hint of that purple and the rest was white. And then some silver. I'm hoping these will look really, really pretty together. So I think I'm going to first of all cover or do the majority in the white. In fact, I think I'll probably blow out most of this with the white base, and then I will add some silver and pink in a second, purple in a second. Right, so I'm going to blow the colours out in this direction and in this direction. So I think that I'm just going to pour it on in that similar direction. There, I'm trying to get a good compromise between seeing the colours separately and then blending. I think this line is still a bit too stark. I'm just going to blend that one more time. because I don't want them to be so obvious. I want it to be a bit more subtle, because then the flowers will then take centre stage. See, I wonder if it still is just a little bit too obvious. Right, I think I'm happy. I say that, I don't like this big white gap here. A tiny bit more in here. Right, I'm leaving it. Right, so I'm going to do some flowers kind of diagonally across here. What I really want to do is some flowers of different sizes. Now, I find that when I've done this in the past, they've all ended up the same size, but I think I simply just need to add smaller dots of paint to get a smaller flower. I think it's obvious, but I just don't seem to be able to achieve it. So I'm just going to try one. I've got one of the really thin stir sticks here to do some little drips. So I figure we'll go small first. And then we'll see I'll just see what happens. So I'm just putting some little drips on top of each other. So it's literally just one drop here. Of each of the 4 colours. Now this might be too small. If it's too small, it's fine. I'll just do a larger one over the top. And then some of the white cell activator on top. And then I'm going to blow on it. Right, it's kind of worked, although it's not very flower-like. I think I'm just going to get my straw, because that might help. So the size I'm actually really happy with. There's some brilliant lacing there. Okay, I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna do a few more now. So I'm going to put the colours down in different orders, just to see what effect that will have. Right, because this is small flower, it's working a lot better with using a straw. I can get a lot more definition and shape, I think. And also, I quite liked that order of colours. Although the colours aren't showing up that much. The purple seems to be sinking. Okay, I'm going to try again, but I'm going to try putting more of the colour down, I think. So just a slightly bigger, or maybe 2 drops. There we go, that was 2 drops of the pink. 2 drops of gold. Two drops of the dark purple. And 2 drops of the pink. And then I think I'm still going to keep to 1 drop of the cell activator. Right, so phase 1 is complete. So the wet painting is complete, but it is far from finished. So let me explain to you what I was doing. I ended up putting lots and lots and lots more blooms on because I thickened up the paint slightly. What I was finding is that all the colour was completely disappearing, and I just had this theory that it was because the paint mixture was too thin. I think I'm right, but I would still say that I've still got a lot of sinkage of the colours. So the colours definitely aren't as bright and as vibrant as I was hoping. There are some absolutely amazing effects. You've got this kind of 3D effect where you can see, if I try and point without putting my finger in it, there, around there, you've got the white in the middle and then a ghosty effect around the edge where the purple has sunk. So it creates this kind of 3D effect. Some of the lacing is just absolutely gorgeous. And some of the colours, the gold is really shining through, and I've got quite a bit of the dark purple on here now as well. So I was happy with what I did. However, there's still quite a lot of sinking. So I'm not happy with the fact that the flowers aren't well defined. So what I will do when it's dry is very carefully just paint around the edge, or just give a little bit of definition to some of these flowers, because it just looks a little bit, well, a lot scrambled at the moment. You just can't see the definition. It is there, but there's so much going on, you just can't see. So composition wise, I'm really happy. I wanted a slightly irregular band through the middle, and then I've got these random flowers. So I'm wanting it just to look like they're just sort of drifting away. And then I added you saw just a few little swirly bits just to try and give it that feel. So I'm happy-ish so far. But as I said, I've got quite a lot of work to do on this when it's dry. So here's the dry result. I've done a lot of embellishing. I'll take you in and show you that in a second. First thing I wanted to say is I'm really happy with the composition. I love how irregular that central band is. And I love how the pink and the silver just go at right angles to it. So you've got such a contrast of the flowers up in the centre and then the background. Really, really pleased with the composition. So if I show you close up, there's just some absolutely gorgeous, beautiful cells and lacing and details. So the embellishing that I've done, show you up here. Every single flower, or every obvious flower, I've gone around the edge. So I've gone around in two colours. So there's the dark purple, and then there's this colour here, the lighter purple. So I've got some really dark bits, but then also some much paler bits. First of all, I went round in just the dark purple, and it just looked too much. It looked just too bold. It just doesn't look right. So then I went over with a little bit of the paler purple as well, just to soften it slightly, and I think that works really well. So one of my favourite aspects of this piece is how shiny it is and how iridescent it is. So if I just show you, if I angle this, look, can you see that bronze? So you've got the silver, you can see the iridescent silver in the base there, and there'll be some more up here. There you go. And then, yeah, just the bronze, it's just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, I love it. So no, not bronze, it's gold, isn't it? Sorry, the gold. It's just so shimmery. So it's a really quite unusual painting. It's very different for me. Do let me know what you think. I really enjoy embellishing paintings and painting over the top of them, but only when it's needed. And I just felt this needed it. Without the darker outlines, it just looked a bit of a jumble through here. It needed just a little bit of definition to the flowers. So let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. And if you hit the notification bell and hit the all button, then you'll get notifications as soon as I post any videos at all. Great. Thanks again. Bye.